Okay, students, this derivation regarding the electric potential due to a point charge. Okay, so coming to this derivation, as you know that the point Q is a source charge, okay, where we have placed at the origin O, and P be a point where we need to find the electric potential, okay, which is situated at a distance r from the center O, okay, or the origin O we call. So next, A and B are the 2 points, okay. So let us assume that as of now the test charge, that is Q, is placed at a point A, which is situated at a distance x from the origin O, okay. So as we know that both this test charge and the source charge are positive charges, so this test charge experiences a force of repulsion and it moves towards the right side. So F denotes the force of repulsion here, okay. So now our aim is to find the electric potential due to a point charge. So we need to calculate the work done in moving a unit charge from infinity to the point P, okay. So we need to calculate work done in moving a test charge or bringing a test charge from infinity to the point P. What is the work done we need to calculate? So we cannot calculate directly the work done to move a test charge from infinity to point P. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to take 2 points, okay, A and B. So first we are going to calculate what is the work done in moving a test charge from point A to point B, okay. So taking that expression, we are going to integrate that. So that gives the work done in moving a test charge from infinity to the point P, okay. So as of now, as you know that, let us say that the test charge is placed at A, okay. So since test charge and source charge is positive, it experiences a force of repulsion and it moves towards the right side, okay. So that electric force of repulsion can be written in the form of Coulomb's law, that is nothing but equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into capital Q into small q divided by x square, because x is the distance between the source charge and the test charge, okay. So next we need to move this test charge towards the left, that is I need to move this test charge from point A to point B, okay. So against the electrostatic force of repulsion. So if I consider if dx is the small displacement, okay, if dx is the small displacement, so work done is nothing but we are going to write dw. So since dx is a small displacement, so work done will be a small, so it is denoted by dw. So dw is nothing but expressed as vector f into vector ds, that is nothing but dot product, right? So this can be written as f dx cos theta. So what is the value of theta? Theta comes out to be 180 degree, because here the electrostatic force of repulsion, due to that the test charge move towards the right, okay, but we are doing the work done, okay, the work is done moving a test charge from point A to point B, that is towards the left. So the angle between force of repulsion and the work done is nothing but comes out to be 180 degree. So 180 cos 180 is nothing but equal to 1, so that can be written as minus f dx, okay. So let us take this one as equation. So this is the small amount of work done in displacing a charge, that is a displacement of dx against the force of repulsion. So now to calculate the work done in bringing a test charge from infinity to point P. So how we are going to calculate? We are going to integrate this equation 1. So when I integrate this equation 1, this comes out to be f dx, okay. So now I need to take a limit. So for taking a limit, what we are going to do is I am going to write limit from infinity to r, okay. I am bringing a charge from infinity to point P, which is situated at a distance r from the origin O, okay. So this is the equation. So now we need to integrate this. Integration of dx is nothing but, as you know that, it is nothing but w. So w is equal to minus of integral infinity to r. What is the value of f? F is nothing but the force of repulsion between the source charge and the test charge. So this can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q into q divided by x square, okay, x square, okay. So this can be written as, so w is equal to minus of, let us take this 1 by 4 pi epsilon and capital Q and small q to the right side, sorry, to the out of integration. So this comes out to be minus q into q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into integral of infinity to r. So left out thing is what? It is nothing but 1 by x square. So 1 by x square can be written as x to the power of minus 2, and we have left out dx here, so I'm going to write that one even, so dx. Okay, so now this is in the form of what? This is in the form of x to the power minus n dx. Okay, so x to the power of minus 2 is in the form of x to the power of minus n. So integration of x to the power of minus n dx is nothing but equal to, we are going to write that one as x to the power of minus n plus 1 divided by minus n plus 1, so that dx comes out to be c. So same thing when you apply this, so when you apply the integration to x to the power of minus 2, the work done comes out to be minus q into q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into x to the power of minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1. Okay, integration of infinity to r plus c. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is nothing, a simplification. So this comes out to be as minus 2 plus 1 is nothing but minus 1, so x to the power of minus 1 divided by minus 1 infinity to r plus c. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'll take this 1 to the, and I'll multiply this minus 1 towards this. So if I multiply that towards this, what happens? This becomes plus here. So this comes out to be q into q divided by 4 pi epsilon into, remaining thing is nothing but we have a x to the power of minus 1 in the numerator, so that can be written as 1 by x infinity to r plus c. So now what we need to do is we need to substitute the values. So always when we substitute the values, first we are going to substitute upper limit and we are going to subtract that with the lower limit. So upper limit is what? R, lower limit is infinity. So you need to substitute this upper limit and lower limit in the place of x. So if that is the case, this comes out to be 1 by r minus 1 by infinity. Okay, so the value of 1 by infinity comes out to be as 0. So the left out thing comes out to be q into q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by r. Okay, so as we know that this is the work done. Okay, work done in bringing a unit test charge from infinity to point P. So now we need to calculate the electric potential. So according to the definition, electric potential comes out to be V is equal to W by Q. So let us substitute the value of W here. So W comes out to be Q into Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by R into Q. Okay, so Q and Q get cancelled and the left out thing is nothing but V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R. So this is the electric potential at point P. So by this equation you can write V is inversely proportional to 1 by R. That means that as the distance keeps on increasing, the potential keeps on decreasing. Okay, so this is regarding the derivation of electric potential due to a point charge. Okay.